Hi everybody, my name is Plamen Rusev. I'm a chairperson of e-Academy, organizer of Webit, the biggest event on e-business and e-marketing for Central and Eastern Europe, and one of the biggest in Europe in terms of attendance and keynote speakers. More than 4,300 people registered at Webit Expo and Conferences for 2009. Hopefully next year we'll double this figure. Covering even more markets from Central and Eastern Europe. But speaking about guests, here with me I have Diego Semprun, who is from Nielsen, and Diego, welcome to Webit.
Welcome.
Good to have her as one of the visitors.
It's a real pleasure to be here.
Maybe next year you'll be one of the speakers and attendants.
I would really appreciate. Yeah.
Absolutely, you'll be welcome. But please tell us more who you are, what do you work in, what are your responsibilities at Nielsen?
I'm the senior director for commercial development at Nielsen, especially in the Nielsen online area, which covers the internet activity. And I'm in charge essentially of all what we call the emerging markets, which actually covers emerging markets like Sweden or Denmark and places like South Africa and from the Gulf to Morocco. It's pretty large. The markets that I'm not in charge is very assorted list are Spain, Italy, France, Germany and UK. That's are not my responsibility. All the rest in Europe, I'm in charge of that. So my role essentially is to develop the Nielsen strategy and to launch and roll out new product launches and to manage the local teams.
It's quite a lot of work. Busy guy.
I mean, people ask me where do you live? Just live in Madrid? I say no, I live in a plane, which is probably I'm away more time than I'm at home.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. So I mean, from your description, Webit is something similar. It's expanding around and it covers quite a lot of countries, so it's pretty similar stuff.
You're the first attendant that I actually have interviewed with. So tell me, what is the feeling about Webit? How do you find the whole event and the whole platform for the digital industry for the region?
You know, it's these kinds of events, you have two kinds. You know, I have been in the online business since '97, so it's pretty long ago. And at the time we had, do you remember the First Mondays? We had those First Mondays, and actually First Tuesdays actually were. Tuesdays. And at the moment you feel pretty much the same kind of energy in the people. So there's a lot of excitement. You feel that there are things going on. It's very different from the event that we had in the early 2000s where the bubble crashed. And you see the people were very depressive and there's no much enthusiasm about it because everybody was, at the moment, pretty much everybody was getting fired. Now the things completely, I mean, you find here actually the same kind of energy that you somehow founded at the beginning of I mean, essentially before 2000. So it's great actually. Yeah.
We've managed to gather together the biggest publishers from the region. The top marketing and brand managers from the biggest companies in the region, international brands, and we have most of the biggest interactive agencies.
Mm-hmm.
And we have you here also.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you see Nielsen in the region? How do you see your communication with the market? Who are your partners? Who are your clients? Tell us more about your future plans. Too many questions in one, but I'm sure you can manage it.
And probably cannot develop all of the plans because some of them are on still being designed as we speak. So there is not, and there are things we cannot disclose yet, of course. So we are going to do a lot more things in the future for the region. I would say that Nielsen sees the world region as a big opportunity for development. We think that the internet market is thriving here, is growing quickly, even if this year is maybe not the best year on the advertising budgets.
Not for everybody, so it's...
I mean, that's probably a year where things are going to get refocused on what works and what does not work. So, I mean, the thing is a big opportunity. And Nielsen, being the biggest research company in the world, not just for online, but in general terms, we believe that we have a mix to offer to all the I would say communities of players in the industry, elements that can provide extremely valuable to the day-by-day business. So we believe that we have extremely valuable products for the publishers, both in and that's very well known, our products for web analytics and for audience measurement. We have very good products for the agencies on the terms of obviously audience measurement and related with media planning. There is a lot of elements that we are providing there, and we are actually taking a lot of care about advertisers with print products that we are already selling in other markets that are being extremely successful to help the advertisers to trust the industry. That we think that we can successfully roll out in these markets, those markets. So there is a lot of plans for next years to attend the different, collectives. See collectives in English? I don't know. The different sets of participants, yeah. And to make sure that we participate and we help in this development of the industry. As a company, Nielsen, we believe that we are a business, so we have to make our business and earn our life. But we think also that we have a social role to play, in which by the kinds of things that we can bring into the industry, we actually help the industry to develop and to provide, I would say, the missing links that maybe at some points limit the growth of the industry. We have been developing internet research. I think that we started in '95, so long before I joined the industry. We know a lot of things that works. We have an obsession with quality and transparency that sometimes makes things going a little bit slower with us. But at the end, if we want to build the credibility of the advertisers, it's everything about the sources of information and how you are producing those sources of information. So the quality of the data and the transparency of the data, it's something that we strongly believe in, and this is probably the direction we want to move in those markets.
I would like to ask you to compare the markets in terms of penetration, in terms of usage for the different instruments. Compare the Western, where we are very well established, the Western markets, and the developing markets, emerging markets of Central and Eastern Europe, and especially for Southeastern Europe. So, can you please make the comparison?
It's extremely difficult comparison to do, because when my US, we are a US-based company, and when the US people come on Europe, they say, okay, what, you are not doing the same thing in every market? And I would say, look, we don't do the same thing in every market, because every market is different. And the key, and Alain in the presentation, his presentation said something similar. You cannot just take what goes in one market and bring it in another. So maybe this is a bad perception about what we are doing in Western Europe. In Western Europe, obviously we have more tools and more presence, and we are, the offices there are pretty big, and we have hundreds of clients and everything. But the reality is that what we are developing on every market, it's quite difficult to compare to the market next door. So the market situation in Spain and France, to take an example, or between Spain and Italy, you may find the same methodologies and the same research solutions, but the practical application on the markets is completely different. Of course, we think that there is a lot to do still on the audience measurement space. There is a lot to do on the ad tracking space. There is a lot to do on web analytics. Here, and actually, the more important thing is that the countries in the region need to find their way. So probably it may be the same thing that some other markets have done. Maybe it can be something different or something adapted. That's probably the more important stuff.
So you say copy-paste is not a good option to follow?
Copy-paste, sensible copy-paste is a good option to follow. But blindly bring here the things that have worked in other markets, it's a recipe for frustration. It may work, but it may become very frustrating. It's good to take multiple examples. If you take the example of audience measurement, they are from the closed markets with a tender to the open markets with multiple providers, and in between you may find different options. That's just to give you an idea. Why Sweden, which is a very well-established market, is better than Czech Republic, which is also a very well-established market. Okay.
All right. Well, you are well-established in Bulgaria. I was going to ask you a question. There were some changes in Nielsen Bulgaria.
Yes.
You've gone through this now. We have
finalized the organization change. So now we have a permanent presence into the market. And for us, the next step is to start executing the rollouts of new solutions and new initiatives.
Is it again representative for, I mean, is it a company working on the market, or it's directly?
It's directly Nielsen.
From Nielsen.
And Nielsen is the Nielsen company. One of the things that you have to understand is that even if we have multiple business units across Europe, Nielsen, we think about ourselves as the Nielsen company, about one Nielsen. So this one Nielsen concept is what we want to bring forward to the industry, which is actually a good thing for the industry, because when we think about one Nielsen, the good thing is what Nielsen does a lot of things with companies who are the target of the industry. So we want to expand these opportunities, and we think it's a good chance for the market to bring
from
value.
your point of view, how do you, what is your vision over the Bulgarian market? Because here you're established. So how do you see the market, and how do you envision the market in the next 1 to 3 years?
Your market, you mean in size
as
of advertising?
Yeah, of course.
Look, I mean
things that you
I actually had this question a couple of days ago from a local magazine. I would say, look, the market should be growing at least a 2-digit. The advertising budgets should be growing at 2-digit levels in probably all Eastern Europe markets. It's not the case anymore in markets like UK, because it's almost impossible. Internet is bigger than TV. Come on, they cannot grow 50%, especially on this. But here, you have a huge way to go. So the question is how the industry is going to set it up, and explain to the advertisers that actually the industry, and I say we because we are part of the industry, we own the audiences and we own the attention of the consumers. And that's what's going to drive the change. And actually, yeah, we think we need to target and to think about two-digit growth. If 10 or 90%, that's a different question. Don't ask me, I'm not a guru. Actually, there's something which Nielsen is. We don't do forecasts.
We already have the answers from other players.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nielsen has the habit of not doing forecasts. So
sure.
we are probably
you're measuring. You're not forecasting.
We are
right?
not forecasting.
You're not the weather forecaster.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I wanted to share with us something from the future. You are one of the 4 companies invited for the conference or measuring.
Yes.
Which will be in December.
Yes.
There are Genius and 2 offline agencies.
Okay.
Like Sinovate and Marketrix, which is a local Bulgarian company. So what are you gonna share? What will be your your message to the audience there? We will be measuring the dedication. We'll be measuring the commitments. We'll be measuring the behavioristical patterns. For sure, you will share your tools. But yeah, what will be the message?
Okay, that's your asking me quite a difficult question again, because our main view is, our main message is that you need numbers, okay, and you need numbers that are properly obtained with lesson methodologies that are transparent, depending if you are using them internally or not.
Are we going to see new tools there?
Sorry?
Are you going to see new tools? Are you working on them now?
We are working new tools that let me not to disclose them openly because we want to keep the surprise for the industry. So there will be a few surprises in the coming months.
Okay.
That,
are you going to make it for December? That's when
a few of them are next door. So I can just not disclose them because we are on the last stage of our running of the communication program. So once it's happening, you will see. But it's very close. So actually, we will probably focus. I need to think a little bit. Actually, I prefer to think a little bit before telling you. My focus is going to be on this and that or that other subject.
Sure. Let's make it a surprise for December.
Probably not, because you will need to program. So we will put you will need a program to put in, and I cannot put a question mark.
Diego, you're a fantastic person to speak with. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for your time.
And
let's see you again in December.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next videos on Webit TV. Thank you.